Hi, folks. Dr. P here, and I'm going to talk about something that isn't directly game design, but affects game designers. This is about expectations, but I'm not going to talk about your expectations for yourself or what other people expect from you. I'm going to talk about the following, quote, expecting other people or machines, including computers, to act according to your expectations is a road to failure, unquote. I'm quoting myself. And I run into this because I know somebody who complains when things don't work the way she expects them to work. And I'm afraid that's just a way to get frustrated. Because not everybody thinks the way you do, not everybody has your preferences. So naturally, not everybody's going to do things the way you expect. Now, from a game designer's point of view, it's pretty obvious. You can't expect players to behave in a certain way. This puts me in mind of game designers who, after a game is published, see somebody playing and say, that's not the way I intended it. But that's what the rules say. That game designer is expecting people to act a certain way. And you can't do that because some people will not act as you expect. Now, on the other hand, in generalship, there can be expectations. What's the difference between expectations and yomi? Yomi being reading the enemy's intentions. Well, I think expectations are what mediocre generals do. They expect the enemy to behave in such and such a way. And when you read about battles, especially battles that go way back in time, where there wasn't much in the way of information gathering unless you sent your troops out to find out something, you find generals very commonly expecting the enemy to do something and the enemy does something different. And that is the end for the general who was doing the expecting. Yomi being reading the enemy intentions is getting clues about what the enemy is doing and then taking a chance that they're going to do a particular thing that you think they're going to do and then act in order to take advantage of. And the greatest generals tend to be really good at Yomi. Napoleon, for example. But I think you could say that about a great many other generals. This contrasts with more or less the minimax or theory of game theory, mathematics, where you do what maximizes your minimum gain, which is cautious, but also it, in the long run, gives you the best possible return, no matter how well the enemy plays, no matter how well the enemy does. So when you're using Yomi, you're relying on the enemy to do something that's a mistake, at least a mistake from the point of view of what you intend to do in light of your view of what they're going to do. So all this is, again, Yomi different from expectations. Expectations, relying on expectations is just not a good idea because so often you'll be disappointed at the least and perhaps discommoded entirely at best. Thanks for listening.